What's up, marketers? Welcome back to AMZG Agency. Today, we're diving into one of the most unconventional brand strategies of the last decade, how Wendy's turned Twitter into their playground and built a cult following by roasting everyone, including their own customers. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how sass became Wendy's secret weapon and how you can apply these principles to your own brand, even if roasting isn't your style. Let's set the stage. In 2017, Wendy's was struggling. They were the third largest burger chain, but they were getting crushed by McDonald's and Burger King in the digital space. Their social media was, well, boring, corporate, safe. Then everything changed with one simple strategy shift. They decided to be brutally honest and hilariously savage. But here's the key. This wasn't random. This was calculated brand positioning. They identified their differentiator, fresh, never frozen beef, and they decided to defend it with the ferocity of a protective parent. So what was the actual strategy behind the sass? 3 core pillars. First, authenticity over perfection. Wendy's abandoned the corporate speak. They started talking like real people, specifically like that friend who has zero filter but somehow always tells the truth you need to hear. Second, consistent brand voice. This wasn't random roasting. They developed clear voice guidelines, witty, confident, food-focused, and always tie back to their quality message. Every roast served a purpose. Third, community building through conflict. Here's the genius part. They didn't just roast competitors. They roasted customers, other brands, even celebrities. This created an us versus the world mentality that made followers feel like they were part of an exclusive club. The execution was masterful. Let's break down their playbook real-time engagement. They responded fast, sometimes within minutes. This wasn't scheduled content. This was live, reactive marketing. Targeted roasts. Every roast targeted a specific weakness in competitors while highlighting Wendy's strengths. When they went after McDonald's frozen beef, it wasn't just a joke. It was product differentiation, meme integration. They didn't just use memes, they created them. Remember the "Where's the beef" callback? They turned their own vintage advertising into fresh content. Influencer collaboration. They partnered with creators who matched their energy, amplifying their voice through authentic relationships. The numbers don't lie. So let's look at the impact. First up, engagement explosion. Twitter followers increased by 300% in just 2 years. Engagement rates, consistently 10 times higher than the industry average. And user-generated content shot up by 400%. Now let's talk about brand perception shift. Brand favorability among their target demographic increased by 45%. But more importantly, they became the cool, fast food brand among Gen Z and millennials. Moving on to sales impact. Same-store sales growth outpaced competitors for 12 consecutive quarters. The sass directly translated to cash. And finally, cultural impact. They became a case study that's taught in business schools and marketing courses all over the world. So what can we learn from Wendy's success? First, differentiation through personality. Your brand voice can actually be your biggest differentiator. Don't be afraid to have an opinion. Second, consistency is key. Whether you're sassy or sophisticated, just stay consistent. Your audience needs to know what to expect. Third, know your audience. Wendy's knew their target demographic loved authenticity and humor. So what does your audience value? Fourth, turn weakness into strength. Being the underdog really worked for Wendy's. What perceived weakness can you flip into an advantage? And finally, engagement over broadcasting. Social media is, well, social. Wendy's succeeded because they participated in conversations, not just started them. But let's be real. This strategy isn't for everyone. Here's what to consider. First, brand alignment. This worked for Wendy's because it aligned with their brand personality. A luxury brand probably shouldn't adopt this approach. Next, resource requirements. Real-time engagement requires dedicated staff and clear approval processes. Then, potential backlash. Some roasts backfired. You need thick skin and a crisis management plan. And sustainability. Can you keep this up long-term? Wendy's had to evolve their strategy as the novelty wore off. So how can you apply these lessons without becoming a Twitter roaster? Step 1. Define your brand voice. What's your personality? Professional, playful, authoritative? Pick one and stick with it. Step 2. Identify your differentiator. What makes you unique? How can your social media voice reinforce that difference? Step 3. Engage authentically. Join conversations in your industry. Share opinions. Be human. Step 4. Test and measure. Try different approaches on a small scale. What resonates with your audience? And step 5. Stay consistent. Whatever voice you choose, maintain it across all platforms and team members. Wendy's proved that in a world of corporate speak, authenticity wins. They didn't just build followers, they built a community. They didn't just increase engagement, they changed how brands communicate on social media. The key takeaway? Your brand voice is your competitive advantage. Whether you're sassy like Wendy's or sophisticated like Apple, own it completely. What's your brand's personality? Drop it in the comments below. And if you want more marketing breakdowns like this, smash that follow button. Until next time, keep marketing smart.